Hey everybody, it's Z to the E as you can see. I haven't shaved in about 3-4 days now because my sleep schedule has been whack. I take my sleeping pills and I just cannot get the right amount of sleep and then I'll wake up all groggy. So I think I might just never sleep again, ever, at all, for any reason. I think that's gonna be the solution to most of my problems. And one way to keep myself awake is to continue playing this horrific dating sim that is Doki Literature Club. Yes, we have just left the school and now we are outside our house, and I think something spooky is about to happen because Yuri's gonna come over later and she's gonna help us. We're probably gonna do some, writing, some baking, and maybe a little bloodletting. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. That is what we call alliteration, I think. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. And you're telling me now? More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. Yeah, maybe it's way too late. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. I'm just hoping I don't get too dehydrated when I do this because I'm running low on water here. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard anything from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I'm not sure. Actually, thinking about it, they said today is Sunday, right? And that she left the class the day before, which was Saturday. So this is in Japan, because in Japan, as I found out, they go to school on Saturdays too, 6 days a week. And they don't have long summer vacations. No, they only have like 2 weeks off, and then it's back to school. Yeah, and you wonder why they're so educated and make all those robots. Us Americans are stupid. I've decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. Yeah, like reminds me of my old neighbors Kevin and Robin. They lived right next door to me, and I would go to their house and they'd come to my house like it was nothing. That was the day, man. I miss my old house more than you will ever know. Best time of my life there. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her to not run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom when I finally find her. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic again. I'm very OCD when it comes to this thing. I'm sorry, guys. Sayori? Hi, Zen Horse. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and the wall decorations that she's had for years now. Got sinuses, I don't know why. I guess Halloween's giving me its last haunt. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I ended up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think she got it from there. She might have gotten it from you know who. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course, but I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then? Yep. There's more silence between us. She's wearing short shorts. That's, not a good sign. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. No siree, I find out. I do. I know you too well. So... Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Zenhorse. Eh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. I guess she's right. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. Definitely. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. This sounds like the opening of a porno, and not one of those cool ones, like a torture porn, where there's a lot of bad stuff happening. Ugh. Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Aha! Ahahaha! Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Zenhorse. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Zenhorse? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? I don't know. I think you were practicing witchcraft? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. Oh, really? Yeah, I feel it every single moment. You know, I didn't feel like getting out of bed this morning, and I still don't feel like getting out of bed or staying out of it. And I'm tired still. Ugh. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Yep, I feel ya. I feel ya, girl. Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. ... I am speechless, Sayori. That really got to my heart there. That was better than any of the poems I've read before. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Yeah, it's how depression works, you know, it can impact anybody, and they'll hide it from you until the very end, you know, and you'll never know. Like Robin Williams, he was very depressed, but he looked so cheery, and he hid it from everybody. Rest in peace, Williams, you are missed. Did she really want so badly for me just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like you've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. Ditto. Mr. Robin Williams, if I could have helped you, I would have. If only I had known. If I'd known where you lived, I would have driven cross country to help you make you feel better, you know? We maybe would have seen Miss Doubtfire too, you know? Nah, we're probably better off not seeing that. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Zenhorse. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. Oh, that's very depressing. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. Ah ha 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 ha. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Ah ha ha ha. Or this poetry hits me forever. My God, if she's acting, this is Oscar worthy. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Zen Horse. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. Oh, look at her tears. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. Oh no, and it's getting me teary too. It's like that Johnny Cash song, Hurt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. If you haven't seen the music video, please do. I was about to shed tears when I first saw it. By far the best music video I have ever seen, ever. Will never be topped. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time, I put her into a tight embrace. Come here, Sayori. Come here. This is me hugging her. It's all better, you know? It's like Ming Ming, you know, Ming Ming is so depressed now because she's been without my grandfather for over 3 years now. And she misses him, and she misses having someone to cuddle with. So she comes to my room every night, and I cuddle with her, and I kiss her, and I let her know that I love her, you know? And she's very picky about who she loves, but she's okay with me. Ah ha ha. Zen Horse. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Zen Horse? Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No. Don't do this to me. Please, don't do this. Actually, I better say something's about to happen here. I've been feeling she might stab me. Zen Horse? Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. ... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Zen Horse. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. Wow, that's deep. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Does this mean she's a sadist? That she only feels gratification through pain and torture? Might be. Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm surprised too. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? Ah, it's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? All right. I look forward to it. I thought I'd be spending the day with her instead. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri's about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Yes, just put our mind off the bad stuff and just focus on what's important, right? That's a good way to cope with depression. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Ah! She's wearing a sweater. Yeah, look, she looks very different in that sweater. Thank goodness. It must be very cold if she's wearing that. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. Or text, I don't know what the proper grammar is that for. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more of my way home. Maybe Monica could tell me that in one of her tips. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. And here's my room. Let's take a look. I got books over there, which I don't read. I got a hanger there, which I don't use. More books. Oh, there's some games and DVDs that I don't watch. A tiny TV that I barely use because it's only 280p and it has no signal, no Netflix, no nothing. More useless closets. My closet that's empty and will stay empty. There is no clothes in my drawer, and my bed is extremely hard and uncomfortable, just the way I like it. And of course, there's my computer, where I spend 99.9% of my life. The other 0.1% I spent loving Smudge, Tip, and Ming Ming. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. Ha 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 ha. I cleaned it before you came over, so... That's very considerate of you to do. No. It would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That'd feel very awkward to have someone else, come to your house and clean when you're supposed to study. That would just feel wrong. Ugh. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's Rich, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. No, that's where I keep my concealed weapon. You cannot grab onto that. I don't want my parents knowing. Aha. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. Yes, the gun is not loaded, so you don't have to worry about blowing your brains out. Yet. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if she's making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? Mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. Oh, look at that face. Now that's cute. That's the opposite of Natsuki's face, where it's all creepy. Even without the nose. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Yeah, because she doesn't have the teeth. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. Definitely for cupcakes. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. No. You can relax a little. Relax? I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? That would be hard, though, because it would make everything dark and you would have difficulty reading. Be like George Washington having to do all your work by candlelight. Yeah, that would be pretty neat. Unless, of course, we're doing like a secret auction, in which case, go ahead. What's the wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not in the slightest. Not familiar at all. Ah, is that so? Yep. It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Ooh, that's a vocabulary word. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection, sodomy. Yeah, it's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. That kind of mood. What kind of mood is that one for? It's a jasmine essential oil. Sounds like something my grandmother used for her face. All those face creams, they got all these different oils that do stuff for you, like the apricot scrub, the jasmine oils, the face scrubs, and they got chemicals too. Although sometimes you can have a severe allergic reaction to some of them. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. Oh, that would make my depression a lot better. Maybe it'll work with Sayori too. Maybe after this I'll go to her house and give her some oils. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. Absolutely. Sounds wonderful. Ah, time for some poetry. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. Yeah, she's happy. If only I could make a face like that. Be like Brock from Pokemon. Always got his eyes closed and is happy. Yet he has no problem seeing, apparently. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. Is this something to be concerned about? What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. Okay. Ooh. We'll need about 100 of them. 100? Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto ribbons to create a doorway curtain. I keep pressing the right-click button, just a habit. You'll have to get used to it. Sorry about that. Maybe I should write a poem about that, about my clicking skills. You know? I click wrong. I click right, though I should click left. I don't know what's left. I'm out of breath. I think only thing left for me is death. Ooh, that was good. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Definitely. It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room, and may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little tense, as you'd put it. Ha ha ha. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Yeah, she's very nervous in the classroom, but I guess my aroma is really help lightening the mood. Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Zen Horse. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. All right. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. Okay, good, I have a mat on my floor. I was figuring that'd be hardwood, which would hurt, because I normally wouldn't want to sit on hardwood floor like that. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting, because my old room had carpeted floor. In fact, it was the only bedroom, except for the downstairs, that actually still had its carpeted floor. And even though I wanted to get rid of it, I was so attached to it, just having my own carpeted floor that I could walk on, even though it had never been changed in the 21 years I'd lived there. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. No. It looks really fancy. Aha. Well... Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Please don't stab me with it. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Totally. At the rate this game's going, I wouldn't be surprised if you were an alien come to abduct me. Well, then again, I could already be abducted right now. This reality is fake. All right. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. Oh, don't worry. OJ feels the same way, as does Michael Myers, I guess Freddy Krueger, Chucky definitely, he's into knives. Gordon Ramsay, oh, he loves his knives, you know. Got my knives, mate! I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. Totally, mate! What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. Ah ha ha ha. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Ha ha ha. It's really intense, especially when you're cutting the onions. Give you bloody ice cream. Not ice cream, because you'd be blowing your eyes out with tears. Yeah, I really need to work on my Gordon accent. I haven't perfected him yet. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. My uncle, I believe it was, gave me a pocket knife for Christmas. Never used it, but it was cool. It was cool to flip out, and it had a cool red design, you know? Something you'd see like in one of those combat stores that sell all the guns. Just whoop-ah! Maybe I should carry it around more, just to terrorize people. That'd be funny. Would you like to hold it? Of course. Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife, with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. Always run with the pointed object face down. That's what they tell you. Michael Myers does it. You know, he's always running with the knife down. That way, when you stab somebody, it'd be a lot more powerful. Just Koya! And you'll have better grip too, so they can't knock the knife out of it. Whereas if you're holding like this, they could just whoop-ah! It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where did you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Zen Horse, why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I went to Medieval Times Renaissance Festival, and they told me, you bleed on it, you buy it, and it kind of stopped me from putting my finger on it. But they said it was sharp, and I just wanted to know. I've never felt a knife that sharp. I'm used to all these generic butter knives that just bend. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. The knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Oh yeah. I like knives that are this sharp. I have yet to stab somebody with a knife this sharp. I think it's complimenting. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Aha! Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Okay, that got weird. That's like that scene from Queen of the Damned where the guy pricks the girl's finger and then sucks it because he's a vampire, but she's totally okay with it because she wants to hook up with him, you know? Ugh. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Yeah, I think Yuri might actually be a closet vampire. If so, then, she's got a lot of work to do, man. You gotta learn to stop being afraid of licking blood and go for the neck. Eat the blood! Drink the blood, especially of the virgins. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. I know, you're learning the whole vampire stuff. It's alright, I understand. Yuri? That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Ah. Sure, it was a little weird, and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Oh no, I might have to get the garlic out. Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Oh, this really is stupid. Zen Horse! Did you really just do that? Now we're even. ... Yuri looks at me like I did something wrong, which I did. Ah ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm not very good at being a vampire either, but I guess, we can learn together. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Zen Horse. Definitely. Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? Yuri calling me weird? Hey, I am weird. She's weird too. Vampires are weird, man. Just get used to it. I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. Contrast to my hangnails right here. You see the blood, it was bleeding like this yesterday. Especially when you peel them. It takes a few hours. Worse than whatever cut I was given here. I see. And I still have my thing from my finger here from the sewer grate when it slapped down on me. Yeah, been like that for over a month now. I wonder if it'll ever go back to normal. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Ah, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really? Are you ready to move on to the next task? Wow, that sounds like something you hear straight out of a video game. Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. Ooh, actually, I have some watercolor stuff in my closet over there. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. This girl knows her art. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Was she biting her arm? Was she cutting her arm? She might be. Vampires, sometimes they're known to suck their own hands, you know, if they're really desperate for blood, you know? It's like what Biggie said, don't get high off your own supply. Don't get blood off your own blood. Nothing. Your face is a little red. It's too hot in here or anything? Well, she is wearing a sweater. No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Neat. What are you going to write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. It reminds me of kindergarten, because we did so much art and craft in kindergarten and preschool. First grade we did some, but that was it. Second up to fifth, yeah, we didn't do much at all, even in art class, you know. Kindergarten and preschool, the whole thing was in art class, and my artistic skills were top notch, you know. I really should have been an artist, if only they let us do more crafts in school. We need more crafts in school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. Yeah, definitely. Drawing, painting, coloring, sketching, and just doing random stuff on paper. I love it. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah. It is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend some time with one other person. Even if it's something simple, like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. Just like that, you know, like me and Smudge when she's here. It's so nice. Yes, to have that one person you can be, you know, be yourself with, it's so great. Especially if he happens to be of the same gender and species and race and something that your father would not appreciate. Definitely. I think that's all that it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. She's obviously a girl of simple pleasures. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make them happy. Definitely. Like I'm sharing this experience with you guys out there on the internet and people in the future. Yeah. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. It's great to be sharing this game with you guys, you know? And girls too, whoever might be watching this. It really, you know, brings me joy that you're watching this with me, you know? If only you could play, you know, sit here and play with me. That would be excellent. It would make my day. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kya! Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It's just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my noon and kneel back down in front of her. Oh, she looks extremely different now. Like, even more than Natsuki. My god. Look how sharp her chin is. Ugh. She looks like a depressed mother now. Here. I pat Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Ah. Yeah, she looks so much like a mother. If you go into animes, they draw mothers just like this, with the chin and the shape and the facial expressions. I guess they make it to show that they've been aged and experienced and have the hardship of dealing with children. Makes me glad I don't have kids myself. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Eh? Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. Ah. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. She's staring into my soul. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers, wrapped around my wrist, send a tingling sensation through my arm. Yeah, it's getting real intense here, guys. You better turn away. And suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Make sure your kids aren't watching this. It's about to get real. Ah. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again. But her movement seems clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. Okay, kids, you can come back for now. But you might want to turn away in a couple minutes. I dropped my cap. I think I'm just going to leave my bottle uncapped now. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. I have ADHD, so I actually do work better when I'm hitting deadlines. Like if I do something the night before, I will be exploding with creativity and be able to do it. Whereas if I've had like a month to do it, I wouldn't feel it. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. Ah ha ha ha. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. No, I was having fun. Totally. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Yes, I wanted to show her, we could learn more about being a vampire, we could get used to the garlic, Well, ... Yuri thinks to herself, I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounds like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. I get you, girl, I get you. Sayuri feels the same thing too. Well, she works with friends, but I guess she's not that relaxed in the classroom. But she really doesn't seem relaxed that much anywhere because she's so depressed. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kinda say that without thinking. About today, it's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. Neither do I. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Zen Horse. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Yeah, the low resolution is really getting to me. Well, it was like this with, Natsuki, at least, you're a lot nicer. How am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Eh? Ah! Hi, Zen Horse! And she's still wearing her short shorts. Sayori! Look at the contrast. See, she's wearing a long-sleeve sweater and long pants, but she's wearing a short-sleeve shirt and, short-sleeve pants. Yeah, this girl loves showing off. This girl loves hiding it. Just now, we weren't... It's okay, Zen Horse. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry, but we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's eyes. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Zen Horse? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? I don't know. I don't know. It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. Please, please don't. It's true, Zen Horse. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? What was she right about? What? Sayori? What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. Yes, very happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for everything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Zen Horse. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Zen Horse. I like you so much that I want to die. Die. She likes me that much. I can't take this anymore. I just can't. I can't. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I don't want me to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own.
Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. I love you. You'll always be my dearest friend. I think I'm going to have to end it here today, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm just too emotional right now. I don't know what to say. I love her too, and I want her to be my dearest friend, but I don't know which one's the more important one right now. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to spend some time, you know, thinking this over and making the best of it, you know, and deciding what's best for Sayori, because she needs love, she needs acceptance, she needs someone to love her, and I promise I will love her always, and I hope you guys love her too. I want her to love you, and I want you to love her, so please love her, and I will see you guys in the next episode if I don't die crying. I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry.